Welcome to Cell Nerds Minis. My name is Scott. As always, paint fearlessly. It's just paint and you can fix any mistakes. This is Hobby Vlog number 22 of 2025. And the date today is Saturday, December 27th. So we're cutting it kind of close. Almost done with the year of 2025. Now, a lot of channels are doing a looking back at the year and kind of going over things. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to focus in on what I plan on doing in the future. So I have a multitude of projects on my desk, as I have mentioned before, and we're just going to talk about each of those briefly. First, we're going to start off with the two commissions I have. I have a Goblin commission that I've been working on. That is going well. I'm moving forward on that pretty quickly. I still have some base layers to do on the 20 goblins I have left, but progress is happening quite quickly, especially since I can sit down and actually do some of that stuff after a long month at work. So, however, I do have a couple extra things to go with this commission. The first is a surprise miniature that I found on Black Magic Crafts YouTube channel. In the description, he has a knife goblin that I picked up for the client that I'm doing this commission for. He's going to be a stabby, sneaky goblin. So that'll be fun to paint up. And then I have this gnome, which I had painted once for myself, and the client liked it so much he wanted to buy it, but there was a miscast. In other words, it had a rather extensive mold line that was really hard to clean up, and everything had slipped off to the side just enough to make it look a little weird. So I got a brand new one, and I primed it, and as soon as I'm done with this large amount of goblins, he's next on the table to be painted up for this client. He's super stoked to see the end results of all this. I'm super stoked to get there and show it to him. The second commission is for someone I know who has a Resident Evil 2 board game. Now, I have shown the metal doors off on TikTok and I believe Instagram. I may have even put them up on YouTube. But I still have the wooden doors and all the other furniture and other terrain bits that come with it that I still need to basically finish. That is a project that I want to get done as well. And I'm thinking after I get these two projects done, I may not take commissions for a bit, mainly because I need to focus in on trying to finish some of these projects that I've started for myself. An example of that is finishing the unfinished. This giantess that I've been working on for forever, probably not going to be in next quarter's finishing the unfinished. I've had her on my desk now for almost a year, and yes, progress has been made on her, don't get me wrong, but I would like to get some projects done, and I would like to do this model justice. This model is quite large, it has a lot of details. I want to take my time and finish her properly. And that scope, I have a different idea for another blog on my website. The name is still to be determined. I have a poll up and it's currently tied, so I'm gonna have to repost again and see if I can get people to vote between the two that got the most votes. And I also have, for finishing the unfinished, this model from Labyrinth Games. She's coming along really nicely, but I'm not going to finish her in time. By the end of this quarter, I mean, there's literally 4 days left to the year. So, and then the other set of miniatures was my Idoneth Deepkin models, the Acalian Elopex. So here is the driver of that shark. I still have to put together and prime the elf that is manning the ballista. And then I have the eel riders Forgive me, I don't have the names on the top of my head right now to paint as well. So I'm going to have a semi-disappointed finishing the unfinished blog for this quarter. I think it is the second worst that I've had since I started this. I just feel like nothing has moved forward, but I do have a lot on the table. Part of it also is I worked a lot. There was a lot going on at the end of the year at my job that took up more time than I would have liked. But that's okay. We're going to keep moving forward. So things beyond finishing the unfinished and the commissions I would like to do. Well, I have my orc skin from the CritCon classes I did. I still need to do a video on. Gonna work on that. I have this robot that I'm going to use for corroded metals. It's a good choice. I have a couple of hanger-on miniatures. Like I have this Delac with a melta gun that I still need to paint for my Delac game. That game ended, but I still want to finish painting him for the game, just so I can have him ready for the next time we need to play. I have a lot of other projects on my table. I have my Beastman for my Mordheim warband that I didn't finish, that I would like to finish painting. But I think I'm going to stop there for like ideas or things I need to do in the near future, because I would like to actually accomplish these things. There does come a point where you start looking at everything on your table and you start to go, ooh, this is a lot. And you start trying to like figure out how you're going to finish them instead of actually painting them and finishing them. So I think that's going to be my primary goal, is to finish some models for 2026. Now, I did not paint as many models this year as I did last year. In fact, I painted less. There's a lot of reasons for that. A lot of adjustments going on in my life. I moved. My cat was being a little bit weird. Love Aki, but sometimes she's a little bit high maintenance. It's not a bad thing. Just does keep it a little bit difficult. Or I should say, it makes it a little bit difficult to actually get things done. All right, well, enough rambling, and more on to the near future of this channel. Like I said, I want to get some things done. I want to post more on YouTube. And I think that if I get these things done, I will be able to do that. All right, well, paint fearlessly. It's just paint, and you can fix any mistakes, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.